up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get back on track after a rebound. So this video is specifically for my post-competition girls. Maybe you rebounded, maybe it's just been a couple months since you've been back in the gym. Whatever your situation is, I'm going to be giving you some tips and strategies on how to just get your mindset back in place so that you mentally, emotionally, and physically can get back on the wagon and back to your fitness goals. If you guys don't know me, my name is Shanae. I'm a WBFF Bikini Pro, and my passion is not only helping women get to the stage, but how to normalize our lives after. So if you like this video, I'd really appreciate if you gave me a little thumbs up and a like, and let me know in the comments something you learned, or just say hi. That's it from me, so without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so we're gonna start this video off with getting the emotional side of things. After a prep, it is common to rebound, especially if it's your first one. A lot of times, maybe you don't have a coach who teaches you that reverse dieting is important, or you just didn't realize like how hard the post-show process would be, and so that can mean that you end up either overeating a lot and rebounding that way, or maybe you just got really burnt out and you stopped going to the gym completely. So there's lots of different scenarios, but in order for us to get back on track, I think the number one thing is making sure that you're emotionally ready for it, because I've seen and I have had friends who just push themselves to get back on track, push themselves, started to cut, did this, did that, and every single time it ended up, you know, not working. And there's so many different hormonal factors that might be also why you gained weight or why you've been unable to exercise. Like maybe you're really tired. So emotionally, are you ready? And you know that you're ready when you're doing it out of love. So what I mean by that is that we either make a choice out of love or out of fear. And when we're making choices out of fear, your communication in your head might be like, well, people aren't going to take me seriously as a coach if I'm not lean, or people are going to seriously judge me if I'm not lean, or people are going to think I let myself go, so I need to be leaner. That's all out of fear. Decisions out of love instead would be, I want to feel better, and I know that I feel better when I move my body and I'm continuously putting myself first and my health first. And I want to feel good, so therefore I'm going to exercise, and then looking good as a byproduct of that. So can you see the difference between love and fear? And this is actually my own personal struggles, my own personal stories after my last show. So emotionally, are you ready, and are you doing this out of love? If you can answer yes to those two questions, and you'll know, like you'll know when you're just doing it so that you can look good, or you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And after competitions, like we're so much more emotionally vulnerable that's why it's important to make sure that you're 100% ready, because it's even more hard to like start a cut or get back on the wagon and like get back into a fitness regime and not being ready, because then you won't sustain it and then you just feel even worse about yourself. So that's why it's better to just wait until you're ready. Like it's okay to take a break. Okay, so number two would be mental. The best way to mentally set yourself up for getting back to a fitness routine, maybe even wanting to do a cut so that you can lose some excess body fat that you have, is making sure that you remember that it's not a race and there is no deadline. So I would highly encourage you not to have a show date to get you back on track. The reason being is that if you keep up this habit of only starting to exercise and only starting to get back on track with macros and training and eating because of a show, then you're just gonna, like, this process is never gonna end for you, and you're basically yo-yo dieting. So it's not a race, but set mini goals for yourself, and that goal shouldn't be a show. Some little mini goals you can set for yourself are, maybe you want to lose 2 pounds this month, or maybe you want to fit back into your jeans, or maybe you want to do a half marathon or a Tough Mudder, or just something like mini goals for yourself that'll motivate you. But it shouldn't be a show, and it shouldn't be anything, I mean, it can be aesthetically, like, right, like it's okay to want to be leaner. Like there's nothing wrong with that. For a very long time, I personally was against wanting to get smaller because I was like, oh, I love myself, and I was learning how to love myself again. And so in that stage of my life, and maybe where you are right now, is that you just have to be okay with having the weight gain. And then once you feel really just centered and at peace again, and emotionally you feel ready, you can, of course, you can want to be leaner. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be leaner. It just needs to come from a place of love. So I'm going on a tangent, sorry. But what I mean is that we want to make little mini goals for ourselves, for our mental health, and also just to mentally keep us focused. And they can be aesthetic based, but I just wouldn't use a show to be a goal. So the last thing for helping you get back on track after your rebound is physical. One thing to really keep in mind is that if you haven't been exercising, like maybe you just went once a week or you just stopped going at all, start small, because after 2 weeks, like, you actually lose your strength. So I accidentally made the mistake of just like going in hardcore and went to go deadlift one day 2-3 months after my show, and I was like, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling motivated, I'm gonna get back to my strength training, and I like pulled my back. And now, like 8 months later, like my back is still injured. So start slow, put your ego at the door. If you're someone who you haven't been able to get back into the love of exercise again because you just feel completely burnt out from show prep, I would find something that you love to do. So push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, and try different things. So one thing for me was like, I went and tried a SoulCycle class. Like, I've never taken SoulCycle before, but I'm just learning to fall in love with fitness again, and not just for like an end goal of an aesthetic, but of how it makes you feel. So like, remember when you first started lifting weights and how you felt really challenged and it was really exciting and fun? You have to find ways to get that feeling back again. And it might not be through bodybuilding. It might not be through lifting weights. Like, you may want to go try Pilates or spin or group fitness or dancing or pole dancing, anything, but just fall in love with the feeling of wanting to move your body. And that's honestly what's been the most helpful for me in these last kind of 2 months when I've been really getting back on my fitness game personally. All these 3 things. So first, just to recap emotionally, are you 100% ready? And are you doing this out of love? Number 2 is mental. Set mini goals for yourself that have nothing to do with the bodybuilding show, just mini goals. And it's not a race. Remember, there is no deadline, no timeline. Put no expectations on yourself, and be kind to yourself. And then last but not least, physical. How can you fall in love with moving your body again? Push yourself to try different things, get out of your comfort zone, and just fall back in love with fitness again. I know that's it's funny because it's like you got into fitness because you loved it. Like, you did a show because you love working out, and then when you get so dedicated, things and some things as extreme like competitions can really take that away from you. So I hope these tips were helpful. A little bit of a shorter video today. If you haven't joined my free Facebook group already, I would love to have you over. We're taking these conversations and we're diving into them in more detail, and it's a safe space for you to come talk about your struggles and also your wins. So like, maybe you lost 5 pounds and it's been like a year since your last show, and you finally feel motivated and ready to stick to your fitness game again. Like, come share those wins with me. I'd love to talk to you. So that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.